Hello, I'm Turkey Rice. I'm working on a Let's Play of Ogre Battle 64, and this is
episode 12. Welcome back. Thank you guys for watching. Quick check over my units. Double checking that I have all of the archers in the second row, realizing that they actually deal more damage in the second row. It's slight, but you can see, let me see if I can. Yeah, you can see right here that in the second row, they'll do 12 damage rather than 11. So, working toward make sure that everyone's like that. So we've got Magnus going. We've got double Berserkers here in Doris's unit. Valkyrie with a healer in the back in Lowell's unit. Right now, Dallas has a worm. I would like to eventually change that, so we'll see if we get an opportunity to change that. Much tankier front in Leah's unit, which is good. No healer anymore, though, which is a little bit of a bummer. Dio, strong. We switched out the Witch. We're back to a Sorcerer in the back row. Definitely what we want. Jackie's got a young dragon, hoping to see that move up soon. And then Shaquille, rocking the two golems. Have a couple of extra units. I'd like to eventually get to a double Hellhound group, so we'll see, but right now there's no making that. I do have an extra fighter, but right now I have no units that I can form an extra class out of. So we'll get to them eventually. Alright. There we go. So a bit of a backlog for me, sadly. We had some mechanical issues. I had a controller break, and I have not been able to get a Steam controller, a Switch controller, or the broken controller to work for the life of me. So I'll go more into that after we get through this. But I'm on mouse and keyboard, so excuse the clicking and clacking that you hear in the background. I'm trying to do my best to cover it up. Going into Chapter 9. Looking forward to get my hands on the game a little bit. I've had to take a break because of all the controller stuff, so I'm excited to get back into it. The Central Division has taken the slaughter of the reinforcements at Dardanelles as a mutiny by the Southern Division. Wasn't the Southern Division the general following the Central Division's orders? We have no idea why General Godalus decided to involve those monsters, but it's certain that the Central Region is worried about Lotus. If they learn that Palatinus was employing monsters, nothing can be said if they consider this kingdom as a land of pagans. The entire Southern Division was cut off to emphasize that the Central Region took no part in the incident. Cut off? Huh. Troops have been dispatched to control the chaos created by the monsters. Most of them, including Destin and his company, were sent to this region. We're on our own against the Southern Division. So we'll see how much longer monsters will end up playing a role, if they'll kind of disappear and then come back. I was surprised that they put monsters in the game so early, but it looks like they might kind of repeal them. Alada in the south will be our embarkment point. Akka Castle, a half-day's march north of Alada, is our objective. We must take the castle. Simple. There's only one possible route directly north into Akka Castle, but there will be a sizable force waiting for our arrival. We will lose in a battle of numbers. I think it's best to wait for the enemy to come to us than defeat them one at a time. Okay. Sorry if I'm slower on some of the controls. The keyboard is a little bit new to me, so it might take a couple of extra button presses to get through stuff. Even though it was abandoned by the Central Region, the Southern Division is a force to be reckoned with. I am also concerned about General Godalas's intentions. We must stay alert. Regardless of why, this is a perfect opportunity for us. I want to meet the expectations of our sympathizers and the revolutionary army who took us in. Inform everyone to prepare for battle. Absolutely. Ooh, a little bit of commanding by Magnus for the first time. Good to see him embracing his role. All right. Okay, we've got to check out our villages and see what we got going on. Okay, so here, really low morale. I'm realizing already that my unit's morale, so a bit moderate, my unit's morale is already too high across the board. we'll get a chance to correct that, but for now, it's just going to be kind of an issue. So I know there's a shop here, which is good to know. I know the Chaos Frame in the game is the general title for your character decisions and how they affect the outcome of the game. Another store, also really high Chaos Frame, or excuse me, morale. And there's a Witch's Inn here. So we do want to get this boat in. So, oh, did I not pause it right off the bat? Great start. Ooh. Okay. Which one's my pause button? Alright. Well, we might have to play without pauses. That's alright. We can manage. Okay. So, I want to take over this town, and I want to set it... Ooh, wow. Okay. Maybe we'll change our plans. I would like to send some units out here sideways so that possibly if we hold ranks we can attack laterally into units. So we're going to just move some units off to the side road and see that if we can take advantage of units that are getting bounced strategically to take care of them. So we're going to set up probably 2 units here, and then I want another healer unit. Okay. We're going to send another healer unit out this way, so that we've got a tanky unit and a DP and a more damage-based unit together. And then I'm going to bring everyone out. I don't know if I'm going to move this group of them though, because I'm going to keep Leia, Jackie, Shaquille, probably Magnus on this home base to see if they come all the way towards me. So, okay, first battle already. Dallas got in on it. Take him away. Check to make sure that we have battle strategy set. Okay, still set to attack leader. Yeah, so this controller thing has been just a major issue for me. I've tried to set up this team controller, and for whatever reason, it won't accept all of the character or button layouts, and it'll take some of the movement, but then the main thing that it does is half of the keys on the controller just lead to full screen mode. And so I've spent over an hour messing with it, and I'm surprised I couldn't figure it out, because this team controller really is quite versatile. For whatever reason, I can't get that one figured out. And then I also found out, a pretty sweet deal, is that the Switch controller is fully supported by Steam. And so that sparked my decision to go ahead with trying that out. And so I messed with it because I was considering downloading a driver, and you know, I thought I was going to be able to get it to work out, but I just no luck there either. This is not a great setup. Having those gremlins, oh, screw this, I'm running. We don't need to deal with that. I'm fine with that loss. I don't really mind. Okay, perfect. We wanted him out in the back like that. So, okay. We're going to take them as they go, and then once they get bounced, we're going to send the 4 that we sent out on the hunt to clean them up. Well, if they're on kill the weakest, yeah. I'm going to stay because we almost got that one dead anyways. Oh! What a misfire by the archer there. But yeah, if you have a Switch controller, I would definitely recommend trying it out on Steam. After I figured out that you could use it, I went about and played Dead Cells on Steam with the Switch controller, and it was beautiful. It was so easy to use. I loved it. I'm a really big fan of the Pro controller. I definitely like it more than the Switch controller, or the Steam controller. The Steam controller has the versatility, but I don't have the interest, I guess you would say, to actually sit down and spend a bunch of time figuring out all the things you can do with it. The biggest thing I've said to anybody when they ask me, like, oh, do you like your Steam controller? I know you bought one. It's playing with a Steam controller is like the very first time you ever played with a dual analog controller. I don't know about you, the first time I ever played it was like switching off of N64 and going to PlayStation 2 and trying to learn a shooter for the first time. And yeah, maybe I was like 8 when that happened, or a little bit older, but it was definitely a brand new skill to learn. And it's one of those things where the Steam controller has the same feel. It is a brand new experience that you have to try to figure out and learn again. It's not terrible, but it's just one of those things where, like, I tried to play Half-Life 2 on the trackpads on the Steam controller, and I had some success, but it just wasn't nearly like using a dual analog controller. It's just not something you're used to. It's like trying to play video games, or like a shooter, like Call of Duty or whatever, first-person shooter, dual analog stick controls, with somebody that's new to gaming. It's just one of those experiences that it takes time, and I think you kind of forget how much time went into just learning the basics of controlling a shooter, because a lot of times, like, even going to play something like Borderlands that's not super intensive on how good you are at shooting games, it was an experience where, I mean, you've just grown and learned how to do it over time. And now I don't want to put in the effort to learn something brand new. So I'm interested about one thing, looking at how stuff's going now, is we have a stack of 4 people on our base, and I don't know what order they're going to get attacked in. I would hope that it would be like a straight line, you know. You have 4 in a row, the first one goes and they get moved to the back of the line, and then when the next attack comes in, the next person gets attacked. But I haven't really figured out what that system is yet, so I'd like to mess around with it a little more and see. I should keep better track of who's getting attacked in what order. This unit was a bit of a bummer to fight against. We actually lost there. Okay, she got bounced, then Magnus went. I'm pretty sure that Magnus had already fought. So, dang, all these, I keep moving stuff around. I need to be better about keeping track of who's on what. We'll see if we can win on this one. We might be able to. If not, they'll be bounced with, like, no health left. I'm glad we already had the opportunity to sweep all 4 of those other characters in, because it'll make a difference now that they're moving in and attacking. So the sleep is definitely annoying, but it's really hasn't been detrimental to us. So we're gonna keep going. I might send Dio out. Oh no, I want to send Leia and Shaquille out. They're should be farthest behind, but it's time that they make a move in. So we'll see. They're just attacking that stronghold, so we'll see who gets bounced and how combat ends up getting worked out, because we're kind of just going in and attacking everyone. Okay, I want to make sure they're on attack leader. So this is one point where we do have I forgot the character's name. A Freya or an Amazon, our front left character there. We have one of them in the mix, and so it's something to get used to. We having them up front. Last time we had one of them up front, they just died immediately. We put a cleric in the back of this unit to try and offset that damage, but definitely need to be worrisome. If they end up getting paired up with 2 units that they have to take the damage from, they could get messed up quick. So be aware of that, make changes as necessary. Witches are odd. I have not understood a purpose for poison yet. It seems terrible. So we'll see. Hopefully we're going to see some deaths here. Oh, this is our... We have... Oh, never mind. This is the same unit. Sorry. Never mind that thought. It is a bummer to see. It is a bummer that you can't control the attacks of backline units better. I was talking, I think, in one of the previous episodes about wanting more mid-line units because I was considering adding more doll masters just to get somebody else that's right in the middle. And now I'm actually having some of that with the female archers realizing they're better in the middle row, which is exciting for me. Oh, I wanted to grab Dallas out of it. Wow, Lowell's just taking all of these fights. Well, he should finish this one off, so that'll be good. I was wanting to see how much damage we could do in one turn, but not enough. We got him for sure in the second, as long as this is not a really bad sleep. Oh, man. Well, he recovered. Is he going to get a turn out of it? No. He did 16 last time. There we go. Okay, good. Happy to see another 16. Big level for them. So that's good. Oh my gosh. You probably could hear me mashing the buttons there, but I want to get Lowell out of the situation. Oh no, Pumpkinheads. So, I looked more up into Pumpkinheads to see what exactly they do. Because last time we saw Pumpkinhead, I freaked out because they tore my group up. And they will proceed to tear my group up this time. In the front line, they'll deal half damage to a character. In the back line, they take damage themselves, and then they'll do multiple hits where they deal half damage. So, they weaken themselves, but in the process, they also can deal insane amounts of damage. Because that's definitely a scary situation right there. So, they can be a frontline unit that can definitely help out. Honestly, having two of them is kind of silly, but a backline with one cleric is scary. So, okay, good. Hopefully Dio can take care of it. These characters are going to... Whoever attacks him, basically, is going to get bounced. And because of that, we just need to make sure that they stop at a place and heal up. Because these are by far the characters that are dealing the most damage to us. And although they're not technically deadly, the biggest thing is that they're going to set up us up in situations where we can't die. So a situation like that, I mean, putting character at 5 and a character at 19 is rough to deal with. And now he's at 17, so potentially this hit or maybe one more he'll die. Nice. Because that's exciting to have them taken care of. But one of those things we'll deal with. I definitely still do want to get one of them on a unit. Okay. Alright. Get unit. And then Oh, I'm gonna grab Doris. So we're gonna have a run for them real quick and see what we can do. That alignment was so low on that town, I didn't even worry. I knew that we were gonna end up capturing it. So oh, did Shaquille or Dallas didn't go where I wanted him to? And I don't think Doris is gonna make it. Ooh, an undead unit. Got a skeleton. We haven't seen any skeletons yet. So skeletons, from looking stuff up, they are an offset of the ghost class, I believe. And when the ghost class gets hit with a fire damage, attack, they can get moved or switched into a skeleton. There's some really cool situational class changes like that I'm really enjoying about this game. Which is one of my favorite parts about this game. I think it's a really, really cool mechanic that your environment can shape your character's progression and level ups. I don't think many other games handle that well. And I think it's exciting. Okay, let's see. Doris can move quite a bit. She's just not going to make it, though. Stronghold. Lowell. I need to check status. Did Lowell get messed up? Not terrible, but we're going to leave him a little bit. I'm going to send Lowell over here to this town because it has a shop in it. And I don't know if there's any enemies there, but I'll send him with a buddy, somebody else who's gotten a fair amount of experience. But for now, he just really doesn't need it. So sadly, Gillum is going to heal up. And we just couldn't take care of him, and so that's a bummer. That's just another whole unit that we're gonna have to deal with. And then here, Whitman, we killed out the Doll Master, and so now it's just 3 witches. So that's just gonna be a unit that we end up chasing down once we have an opportunity. We want to keep. Do I want to keep? Oh, we have Jackie here. I want to get that dragon leveled up too bad. I'm going to send Jackie away. Who is going to go with you, Jackie? Oh, between the last 2 episodes, I should mention, too, that I did spend a little bit of time training. Just a few teams. I double-checked all my team levels, and I noticed that there was a couple of teams that were significantly lower than my others, and so I made sure that I took an effort to balance out my teams a little bit. I really don't want my teams to get overpowered. And so I just waited. I'm not going to do a ton of training, but I did like 2 or 3 little trainings. And when I get an opportunity to, I'll show you guys the trainings. They're pretty straightforward. It looks like a regular battle, but the battle just stays continuous. And then eventually, whoever wins out you get the experience for it. So it doesn't end after a round. You have to play through several rounds. I think they're naturally going to just split and attack him from top and bottom, which is actually exciting. And then we do have Michelle up here, which I don't think she's going to be anything to be worried about. No. There's a lot of units in a small space in this mission, but honestly, this mission's not too fearsome, so I'm really not too worried about it. I like that we're lined up, left aligned to the cleric. It's going to give us a good opportunity to deal a lot of damage to her. And our dragon will be able to tank the damage that we're getting. Not the best circumstance for him, but wow, we're not going to kill her. That's all right. So she'll get bounced, and hopefully we'll have Dallas right there to sweep her up. Okay. Take her out. Now I'm scared. I'm going to double check my health on my dragon. He took 50 damage out of 80. Okay. So if we see like 2 crits, we'll go to pause. But if not, we're sticking through. So we got the cleric out of the way. We don't have to worry about her. And some of this damage is going to get dispersed out. We don't have to use heal leaves. We might just swap the 2 of them after we bounce her. Or excuse me, swap the units. So make sure that Dallas is in there attacking next instead of her. Woo. Not a ton of XP, but it's something. All right. Okay. Okay, so we've got that guy moving. Okay, let's do... these keys are pretty touchy. Okay, see if we send you that way, then Leah will send you as well. So you can set like midway points, and so the characters really prefer to walk on the path. And so, ooh, captured, that's a bummer. She's right on neutral. Well, what a bummer. Nothing you can do about it. Oh, see, they're both going into the path. Ooh. Okay, we're good. Because the movement of the units is so preferable to the path, it's important to vary or set checkpoints so they're forced to immediately move sideways and then move forward, because if not, they'll just prioritize getting to the path immediately, and then there's nothing you can do. And it's quite annoying. Because, I mean, we saw that earlier, that I got a side attack on one of the characters because I was trying to get him to get off the road. But all right, good. Pinned her on the wall, cleaned her up, moved on. This setup for this type of battle has just made it trivial. I guess they are backwards now because they're running away from us technically. Wow. Oh, slow. Get rid of them, Dallas. Take care of it. And then, oh, thank you, finally. The golems do have huge defense like that, so they should be able to take that kind of damage. It just gets frustrating. It's like, oh, they feel like a wall sometimes. Alright. Group them up, let them recover, and then they'll move to take on the unit that we have up here, Michelle or whatever her name was. Fine with Doris attacking. I think Doris is one of the ones that we leveled up. Doris has been our unit that kept dying because she was so aggressive with damage, having two magic users. She could hit really hard, but she had no good front line, and now she actually has a front line. The leaders in the middle row hit him. So now that she's in that position, now that we're past that position of not having fighters in the front line, and we actually can have, the Berserker and the Phalanx in the front line, it makes a big difference. Her unit's way tankier, and she can stick out a fight, which is going to be good for us. All right, he's getting bounced, so we'll see. I want to see Shaquille fight, so we'll probably jump a Shaquille in on one of these. Well. I want her going stronghold. We're going to start sending units up. We've got them, I don't know if I'd say on the ropes, but we've gotten them pretty battered on most fronts. Lowell, you can stay there. Let's see how Dio's faring, because Dio also got messed up. 92. Okay, they're ready to go. See, so a situation like that unit made so much progress on Leah, which is a bummer. Oh, those are the options that we have now that they're together. What do we need? Shipway staff? No. Ooh. Book of Earth and Water. Those are new. Let's pick one of these up. Book of Incantations that channels the magic of Earth God Berthi into magical spells. Alright, nothing else of use. Cool to find some new equipment like that. I wonder if that'll change the spell usage of a class. Because currently some of our classes, like, our magic using classes, apart from these types here, will cast magic based on their elemental Pedra, because each character is given their own. So we'll have to double check to see what's causing that. So this isn't fun, just because backlines don't normally have a ton of healing in a situation like this. So, looking not to leave this unit alive very long. I hope we can run them down. I'm surprised we won. They dealt a lot of damage to us. I do suppose it's going to be much easier to win, although winning doesn't really seem to be... winning doesn't seem to be that big of a deal. Especially if you have a cleric, your win rate is just naturally going to be lower because you have a character that is going to be healing rather than doing damage, and it seems like the win rate is based on how much damage is dealt, and that's the only stat they take into account. This is just guard yourself with the children and watch while we murder them. Oh nice, they did a double attack. Ooh, so he will die next turn, which is exciting. Oh, we didn't need to team up that time. We wasted 34 damage. Some good little level ups there. Alright. Sorry. Now that I think about it, Lowell got those like 6 fights in a row, and so I'm going to send Magnus out. I'd rather get Magnus some time fighting. Ooh, Shaquille got a side fight. We'll see how this turns out. We might need to run from this. 4 magic users. It does put 2 of us in the back row, which is definitely preferable. We get those kind of resists. We'll see. We should be able to take this fight not without too much of an issue. But I was afraid of either having just Shaquille in the back row or golems in the back row that were just going to tank, 6 magical hits. They're hitting hard. It's good. 20 damage is pretty chunky. So I sent Doris after him specifically because she has 2 magic users in the back. The magic users will have higher resistance to their magical attacks, and Doris should be able to take care of it. Okay, good. Shaquille was able to liberate that city, which is definitely what we want. Alright, let's check you 2. You're probably going to need a little longer. Let you rest up. Alright, Doris. I want you to finish him off. Take him out. I don't know if it'll happen. I don't quite have the just attack numbers to be able to... Well, we'll see. I hit the back row. Nice. Whoa. That plasma ball. It's like my favorite group because of that alone. I probably have overpowered this group too. I know I gave one of the frontline units a special weapon as well. You can see the like red attack, and he has a different colored mace. And you can see the effects of it as well. So that's good. Wait, there's something here. It's a rosary. So I sent Magnus out this way. And I'll probably send Shaquille with him. Okay. Oh, you're about to fall asleep, which is going to be good for us. Oh, but it actually won't matter, because I don't think either of those undead units are going to actually sleep. And that's going to be an annoying unit. We're probably going to send Doris after that unit. We need that back row damage to take care of those clerics, because it's going to be difficult to move through the knights to get to the back row. See, so a situation like this, like Magnus didn't cut through the plains, this brown area, and I thought that he would have, and it's kind of a bummer that he didn't. So this is a battle we are pretty much guaranteed to win, because they are going to deal just next to no damage to us. Technically, we're also dealing next to no damage to them, because they'll get another heal in, and then we're going to leave him down 2 more hits. But, big whoop. Well, if we want to farm 1 XP at a time, here's how we'll do it. Also, that's not what I plan to do, don't worry. Oh, so she got the tack in on this guy. So yeah, he's asleep, but it doesn't matter. The only good part about it is that they're out of stamina, so they will be taking more damage now. I like that attack animation. Spins around a couple times. So we for sure have the skeleton dead. And the ghost putting people to sleep is really no issue. Oh, that's right. Skeletons regenerate. So I need to take Shaquille out of here like ASAP. He's going to be doing nothing. And I need to send Doris probably. Oh no. This is the first time. It's interesting. I'm glad we're starting to see strategical difficulties that are different than anything we faced previously. Because this is one of those circumstances where we just haven't seen anything like this yet. Where a unit's so tanky we can't damage them. Or, you know, the regenerating units where it's like the requirements of having that backline attacker are much higher. So, those clerics are healing a good chunk too. Okay. Hopefully if he bounces we'll get a chance to grab her and then have her take off. I maybe could have changed something by attacking weakest and spreading out my damage, but alright, Doris, your time to shine. I had to check. Okay, she's good on stamina. So these 2 units went back here behind Godolus. Ooh, I actually get to fight Godolus. That's cool. Or hopefully fight him. He's a vanity. Interesting, that's his class name. We don't know anything about him. You know what? I'm going to send Shaquille after this guy. If he hits him directly from the back, the ghost will be on the side and we'll be able to take care of the ghost. So. I'm gonna wait and let them attack frontline and see what happens. So hopefully the fact that some of the damage was dealt to the knight on the right will get a dispersed heal. And if that happens, we could possibly take him out. Yeah. Well, it's a good start. Slow. Slow. We're gonna fight this guy like 5 or 6 more times, so bear with me. It's one of those things where you have to figure out the strategy. I didn't do much preemptively in the form of checking out what kind of units have what kind of, or the compositions of the units, and because of that, Shaquille was 100% the wrong move in this situation. And okay, let's see. I think we're outpacing him that we could actually just brute force our way through this. No. Okay, I'm changing this to attack weakest. She healed herself. Damn it, right when I switched off. So. This will be better if we get Doris in there, but. Nice, liberated, that's good. Okay. I'm gonna probably stop this one right off the bat. I wanna see. Okay. Hopefully we can get somebody to attack into the right row. Oh, no. Oh, good. Alright. They're pinned against the wall, so we'll take care of them right away. Slow one that's back and forth between these two. Looks like Magnus is doing good enough that we may... Ooh, that misses it. Oh, man. that whole rotation right there was a bummer. 2 blocks or a miss and a block is pretty rough. Oh my gosh, this is an annoying group, to say the least. It may be better to... I wonder how... I wonder if the mechanics are specifically for travel with fatigue, or if fighting battles actually fatigues you as well. I should keep a better track on that, because it really does seem like fatigue makes a big difference in this game. So... Good level up for him. Shaquille is a guy. He's technically a male unit. Wait, there's something here. It's a ninja garb. Whoa! Oh, we'll finally get to a different battle. This unit was set up really weirdly, so attacking them from the side, yeah, set them up better, probably. Well, we can still go straight in for their back row, so puts us in a good position. All right, moving. Moving slowly, but we're taking care of business. I don't know exactly what my best chance is here. We were moving so slow on that night that hopefully we're hoping for a crit or something at that point. But we're kind of stuck because he just doesn't get bounced very far. I need to move him out of there and just let Doris take care of everything. Because yeah, we're not back at square one. We are out damaging him. We'll start to win next fight, honestly. Oh, she had another heal. God. Well, we got that 1 EXP level on our archer, so now we're good. Now that we grinded long enough, I'll go ahead and move the archer out. Alright. Blah. What an annoying battle. It was nice we were able to take out the archer. Dallas, let's check out the store again. What do we need? Great bow. Equip all. I'm gonna buy a great bow. I think we could use one. Oh wow. Whoa! Annihilation, which works out with our group being called the Annihilators. Rare tome written by the ancient Jarkanites. It casts a shower of flame to the earth. Just a little short on money, just a little bit. I'd like to buy that. That looks awesome, but hopefully we'll get to eventually. I don't know. That's a lot of money. I don't know how scrapped will be for money in this game. Okay, so finally we have Doris's fight. Okay, Doris, look for weakest. Oh, well, she's gonna come in and make it look just easy. Oh my gosh, they killed him. Okay, this unit's overpowered now. So one thing that would be fun too, though, is now that we bought those books, it might be fun to change up these magic users' damage types and see what kind of magic they can use when they're working together. So that's something we might get the opportunity to mess with. Kind of looking forward to that, but we'll see. Alright, 6 years later on that one. Finally, we broke down that unit. So, getting around Daedalus is going to be a little bit odd, so we'll see. Take care of business, finally. Plasma ball. There we go. Alright, guys. Now that we took out the unstoppable unit, mini boss basically halfway through the level. It's a little past halfway. Thank you guys for watching. Catch up with you at the end of next episode. At the start of next episode.
Thank you so much for watching. I'm aiming to put out a video at least once every other week, so check back for more content, as this is a long-term project, and I really appreciate the support and would love any feedback in the comments on what I can do better to make this a more enjoyable experience for you, as it's already an enjoyable experience for myself. Thank you.